What's the first song that you ever wrote?
The first song I ever wrote, I was 8. So I had just watched a Barbie movie and Barbie was in a band. And I did not know how to come up with a melody or anything of the sort. So I said, why am I coming up with a melody and Barbie already did that for me? So I took the melody and I put words to it and I was so proud of myself. I wish I could remember how it goes or even what it was about. But that was my first time ever writing a song. Songwriting is different for everyone and also many times for every song. There are songs that show up in their fullness. I have the words and the melody and what I want the guitar to sound like and even what I want other instrumentation to sound like in a recorded version. And I can write that in 20 minutes and we're done. There are songs that show up as melody, and then I have to figure out what words I want to put to that melody. But many times, it's just I take inspiration from anywhere, and I'm very much a lyrical person, so I focus more heavily on the words, and I care very much about the words that I'm saying. So after the first draft, look at it again and rewrite and rewrite and rewrite. And then the final version, I'm like, I guess we're okay with that. Yeah, so that's what my songwriting looks like.
There's an aching in my heart in February. I liken it to crying to your memory. It's not even the right month to be down in the dumps. Just a feeling that comes up in February. You're a ghost here in my house that only I can see. No one else hears you whistling to ABC. You're not scary to have around. You just know how to get me down. And this feeling that comes up in February. I don't know how, where, or when to find the strength to begin again with this feeling that comes up in February. I don't like looking in the mirror in February. I see too much of me and you, or you and me. It's not that I want to let you go, I just miss you. It's hard and it's terrible with this feeling that comes up in February. I don't know how, where, or when to find the strength to begin again with this feeling that comes up in February. This March feeling that comes up in February.
Songs are interesting because when you write them, they have one meaning. And then when you record them, they feel a little different. And then when you release them into the world, the meaning no longer belongs to me. It belongs to whoever is listening to it. I have songs that I write about grief and immense sadness that people DM me and ask, is this a love song? And I go, it's whatever you want it to be, to be honest. Because it can come from so much pain and agony and just generally depths of despair. But once the audience has it, it takes on a whole new meaning and it's not as heartbreaking for me. Also because life is full of many Mauchungus. You have the one from 2016 that you wrote the song about. Then by the time you're releasing it, you're on to a whole other level of Mauchungu. So yeah, it grows and it changes. I'm not even sure. Unwinding is a song that I started writing something else, and then a melody came in that didn't fit in what I was originally writing. and I just left what I was writing at the beginning and took on something else, and that grew into Unwinding. And I was not even aware that I was processing the fact that many times I hold my tongue when I really want to say something, or I keep myself from fully expressing myself in very many spaces. So it just it's one of those songs that just poured out of me, and I'm very grateful that it did in the way that it did, because I really like it. I like it. I hope you do too.
Breaking my heart in pieces and putting it in my pocket, hoping nobody would notice that my hands are a little bloody, bruising my tongue right where I bite it. Don't want the words to fall out my mouth. Mine screaming at me, you're too loud. My teeth are a little bloody. I learned to hold myself close to my chest. Wind me up tightly, I fall so politely. And lately I've been searching for some rest. Is it in the unwinding that I will find it? Got a damn soul from all this crying. Can't find the light inside my eyes. These cloudy skies won't let it shine. Don't let me in. My feet are a little muddy. I learned to hold myself close to my chest. Wind me up tightly, I fall so politely. And lately I've been searching for some rest. Is it in the unwinding that I will find it? Don't want to hold myself close to my chest. I am unwinding, I am unwinding. And lately I've been searching for some rest. Is it in the unwinding that I will find it? I'm gonna find it.
That's Unwinding. It feels absolutely insane to be the second most listened to Kenyan on Spotify. It doesn't feel real. And it doesn't feel real for two reasons. One, I can't even picture 1 million people, much less 1.1 million people. I don't even know where to fit that number of people. What space do we need to hold them? Anyway, and number two, a lot of those listeners are from a project that I was so lucky to take part in, which is a musical about a Greek story. It's fantastic. And I was so lucky that I happened to be on TikTok at the right moment, on the right day, and auditioned for this and landed the part. And then now it's brought us here where 1 million people a month are listening to things that I have worked on. It's crazy, but I am so honored and so grateful that I get to experience music in this way and share it with so many people around the world. Okay, this next one, Kanyoni, is for all the people who have shown it so much love, so much love over the past 5 years. I'm so grateful to you, and yeah.
You used to call me your little bird. Kanyoniga kwa kainaga. For when your spirit sank low, I'd sing them off the floor for you. The other buddies, yeah, they told me they saw you watching from the balcony. They want to bring you up here to help us with the cheer of life. You should know you never sang, you didn't know and didn't want to. And so we wrote a song for you. We wrote it in a day or two. A song about birds that watch other birds sing tunes. And it goes, ooh. You said you'd like to try to sing. Would anybody really listen in? What if it wasn't that great? Or maybe it's too late to learn something new. The other buddies will be listening, and they will help you in a heartbeat. We want to bring you up here to help us spread the cheer of life. We watched you close your eyes, spread your wings, get ready to fly. And you sang, ooh. And we joined. This is a song I wrote for you. I hope you're somewhere out there listening to your little bird and all the other birds sing tunes.
Oh, why do music as a career? That's such a hard question. Honestly, I can't convince you to do it or not do it. You already know if you want to do it or not, and if you want to put in the effort and the work that it takes. Music or anything artsy is difficult because rejection feels like a personal rejection because you're literally pouring yourself into the work that you're doing. So I can't convince you to do it or not do it, but I can tell you that you need to be ready to take many no's. You need to be ready to get your heart broken, literally just by life and also by this thing that you're trying to call a career. But also, there's so many things you can do in music. You can songwrite for people, you can end up being a producer, you can be a voice actor. There's so many things. You can decide, I don't do original stuff, I only do cover stuff, and that's what I post. I do instrumental stuff, there's so many things that you can do. So don't limit yourself to only what you're seeing other people doing. I've been learning that there's enough space for you, just as you are. It might not look like what other people's success looks like, but there's enough space for you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you did. Please tune in for more Tribe sessions. Bye.